Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So Piers Morgan of Piers Morgan Uncensored, who I've made quite a few videos about at the moment and really have been calling him out for his lies and his attacks on Tommy Robinson. Seemingly, it's quite cowardice to say the things that you're saying on your very large platform, not really knowing the full truth. You're only talking about certain talking points that the likes of politicians and even media folk that seemingly hate Tommy Robinson are on about and not telling the actual truth, the real truth behind the allegations that have been coming out about Tommy Robinson, how he's such a bad guy, how he assaulted a police officer, how he's a convicted criminal and a thug and all those other nonsensical terms, and even how he abused his ex-wife apparently, which is not true at all. So all these lies that are coming out, all because Tommy Robinson did something that the Labor MPs did not want him to do, and that was release a film and talk about the Muslim grooming gangs. Piers Morgan seemingly doesn't like Tommy Robinson because Tommy showed him up big time on Good Morning Britain. Now, there's this man that has been calling out Piers Morgan for his lies, not just myself, but many, many people. This guy, Paul Thorpe, who posted a video the other night that Piers Morgan actually, credit to him, credit where credit is due, reshared it and said, no problem. What cell is he in? Meaning, what cell is Tommy Robinson in so then I can go and interview him? Now, here's the thing. Piers Morgan, if he really wanted to interview Tommy Robinson, he would make a way to do that. The man has actually interviewed serial killers on his show, another show as well. Like, he can find a way to make it happen, even though Tommy Robinson is in solitary confinement. The thing is, and the biggest question of all, why hasn't he? He didn't want to platform him before he went to prison. Why won't he platform him now when he's in solitary confinement? That's my big question. You can say on Twitter or X, whatever the hell you want to say, like, oh, yeah, no problem. What cell is he in? To make you sound like you are a good person, right? Make you sound like you're an honest person, to make you sound like you're a bold person, which is exactly what he's trying to do here. And then he's going after this guy, Mick the Skins, says this: fair play that you have the balls to repost this, Piers, but let me give you it from the angle of someone that doesn't particularly like Robinson or yourself, both for the very same reason. Your egos are swollen and are all that ever seem to matter. He's not wrong about Piers Morgan's ego being quite inflated and quite giant, right? It's like clear as day, especially when he has the likes of Jordan Peterson, Gad Saad, Douglas Murray on, and many other highly intellectual individuals when they're talking about positive things regarding Tommy Robinson. And you can see how out of depth Piers Morgan actually is and how much of a, I guess you could say, dingbat he becomes in that respect. So he's not wrong, Mick, about Piers Morgan. Now, the ego on Tommy Robinson, I think people can see through and they're able to tell, right, whether or not someone has an ego or not. And the reason why so many people love Tommy is because he's quite authentic. He says a lot of the things that many people are actually thinking but too afraid to say. It's kind of like Trump, you know. Now, Trump's got an ego. We can all see that Trump's got an ego. Me personally, looking at Tommy, he may have a little bit of an ego, right? But that ego has been put to good use, saying things how they actually are. It's not like Piers Morgan using his ego for his own gain, his own advantage. Tommy has used whatever ego he's got to boost the cause of destroying the Muslim grooming gangs and promote the victims that have had their lives destroyed essentially from these gangs, from these horrific, vile people. So in many instances, you can't say that Tommy Robinson is similar to Piers Morgan, because who's sitting in a prison cell in solitary confinement right now? and who's propped up on one of the biggest stages, earning a lot of money at the moment and lying through the skin of his teeth. What would be good is an honest conversation. Put the ego aside for half an hour and talk. I agree with that. I hate admitting this, but despite my views on both of you being unfavorable, I have to admit you both bring important things to the table. He's not wrong about bringing important things to the table. I'm not disputing the fact that Piers Morgan doesn't bring good things to the table at all. I'm not saying that he doesn't. I'm saying that he, most of the time, especially when it comes to Tommy Robinson, he lies and doesn't tell the full truth. You have the reach, and when it suits you, the integrity to have an honest conversation. Well, sometimes. Tommy has the reach, and when it suits him, the integrity to have an honest conversation. I, like most blokes, are always willing to hear people talk and potentially change their opinion. Yes, I'm all for that too. That's why I like debates. But point scoring and juvenile finger pointing is effing boring and gets us nowhere. Just my thoughts. Well, Mick, mate, I liked what you said. I happen to really like it. If Mick, you're watching this fantastic analysis on all that, and it got Piers to actually say this. I think you make very good and respectfully made points. And yes, I'll be up for interviewing him again when he gets out of prison properly. So you've gone from the ego, arrogant take of no problem, what cell is he in, to then going, after Mick said what he said, being called out again, Piers, for being the sort of person that you are, you've gone, all right, I would be more than happy to interview Tommy after he gets out of prison. Why not do it now? You can make a way to do it. You're someone that has the reach. You're someone that has the connections. People listen to you for some reason, Piers. You have millions of followers, way more than me. People know who you are. I would love to interview Tommy, but I can't. I don't have the reach. I don't have the connections like you do, Piers. You can make it happen. Why wait till he's out of prison? Why not do it now? You are someone that loves the numbers climbing. Mate, Tommy's got the reach and he's got the virality at the moment. Why don't you capitalize on it for the good of all of us, for the good of Tommy? There's the rub. I'll wait till he gets out of prison when everyone's sort of forgotten about him. I'll then boost him up and interview him properly, apparently. Yeah, right. I wonder how that's going to go, if it even happens. So to me, I want people to hold Piers Morgan to account continually until he makes good on his word. If Piers makes good on his word and interviews Tommy, that would be the best thing. It really would. Because then Tommy would continue to just rip Piers a new one and make Piers look like an actual fool, especially when it comes to the Muslim grooming gangs and information about Tommy and what's happened to him. So you never know, my friends. You never know indeed. Jeremy Clarkson, by the way, just a little side note for you all, who is, well, another British treasure, has erupted over the Muslim grooming gangs. He says it's not racist to investigate a R-wordist. We need to remove the shackles of political correctness from the police. Meaning we need to let the police go after those responsible for grooming young kids and for maiming them and for harming them. We need to go after them. Stop with this political nonsense, Keir Starmer. Stop lying and actually go after those that are responsible for the atrocities of young victims. Anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.